Hey everybody, Knick-Knack here to talk about my top 10 most anticipated games of 2017. Now for those who are watching, I bet you fully agree with me that 2017 is going to be fucking sick when it comes to game releases. And because of that, making this list was pretty difficult. Still, I was able to make it, and without further ado, let me begin. First off though, just like most lists, these are games that I'm looking forward to. Also, to save time, I'm going to try and not ramble as much as my other countdowns. Anyway, let's begin. Starting off the countdown at number 10 is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Now, I'm a huge fan of the MVC games, and when I first heard about this, I was really interested. From the PS experience, this game was like a combination of Marvel superheroes with Street Fighter X Tekken, which I'm okay with because I personally enjoyed those two games. On top of that, just like most Capcom vs games, one thing that makes me excited is the roster, as it looks really promising. Also, Mega Man X is confirmed, which is a smart move by Capcom. By just being a fan of the series, I knew I had to put this game on the list. The only reason why a huge fan like me put it only at number 10 though, is because of course it's current Capcom, and we know they're bullshit. Still looks intriguing though. Number 9 goes to Horizon Zero Dawn. Like a fair share of people, I was blown away with the footage shown at E3. From the combat of taking down robotic animals, to the vast and vibrant looking world, to the graphics, it looks to be a promising game. Plus, it's a new IP, and we need more of them in this world of course. Now even though I'm looking forward to the game, it's only 9 however, because I'm a bit skeptical. Mainly because it's a new Sony IP on the PS4, and you know how those turn out. Also, a big world doesn't mean much if there's nothing to do with it. Still, despite being a bit cautious, I really want to see how this game turns out, and that's why it's 9th on the countdown. Number 8 goes to Akiba's Beat. Now I know Akiba's Trip wasn't that good to some people, and that I shouldn't be excited for this. Well, from what I've played of it, I like Trip, and seeing a sequel to it was surprising news. After seeing gameplay of it, I'm definitely on board with this game because it plays like a Tales game set in a cyber world, and that sounds like a great combination. Also, because I go to anime conventions, another thing that makes me look forward to this game is its voice cast, as it's a melting pot of voice actors from California and Texas, which I personally thought was great. So even though I shouldn't be as excited as it because Trip was bad, I personally like Akiba's Trip and I like Tales, so those two together makes me look forward to this game. Coming in at number 7 is Tekken 7. Gonna sound like a total dickhead right now, but this game of course has to be on the countdown because you know how us Filipinos love our Tekken. Although the games ever since 6 seems to be a more polished version of 5, the games for most part have always changed in gameplay, and this is no exception. From what little I've seen due to keeping my hype low, the gameplay seems like the usual, but the inclusion of special attacks is what makes the gameplay look sweet. But of course, the thing that makes me so excited for this game is it's the climax to the story between the Mishima family. Anybody that knows the storyline of Tekken knows how unique it is, and I'm looking forward to what's going to happen to the Mishimas and the other character staples in the game, via their endings or maybe a story mode. Also, I can't forget about talking about the new characters, Speaking of which, a Pinoy character in Tekken. Hooray! But yeah, Tekken 7. I'm definitely interested. My number 6 game is South Park: The Fractured But Whole. The Stick of Truth was my second favorite game of 2014, so when I heard it was getting a sequel parodying the cinematic universes of Marvel and DC, I was hyped as fuck. Other than the story and obvious humor the game will have, I'm excited for a change in gameplay as it's now a tactical RPG, and of course, playing as a superhero with an array of fun powers, which I'm assuming is just a concept I love in certain RPGs. I would be more excited if it wasn't handed off to a new developer, but still, I'm looking forward to this game a whole lot. At number 5 is Tales of Berseria. First off, this part is coming from a guy who hasn't played the demo yet, so it's still a bit fresh for me. So with that out of the way, the Tales games from what I've played of Symphonia seem to be great games, and ever since I saw Berseria's first trailer, I'm liking what was given from it. There seems to be more exploration, the music sounds awesome, and the new protagonist looks like she's gonna kick a ton of ass. But I think the thing that makes me look forward to this game a ton is a recommendation from a guy on Instagram. A guy I follow named DudeOnly767 talked about it in the post, and he said he liked it more than Persona 5. And considering we have the same interests, I'm taking some of his word of it. So pretty much, a combination of all those things is making me excited for the game, and that's all I have to say about it. Coming in at number 4 is Cosmic Star Heroine. I've been a fan of Z-Boy games ever since I started playing Cthulhu Saves the World and Breath of Death 7. So when I heard they were kickstarting an RPG in the style of Chrono Trigger, I instantly backed it. Now, originally this game was going to release last year, but they're still working on it, which I can forgive them for, and I hope it releases this year. As for the game itself, I've been excited not only because of the developers, but because it looks just like a standard turn-based RPG that's more focused on polishing the other features of the game. The story looks interesting as it looks like you're playing a fugitive. The music sounds intense and exciting. The characters look very unique, and of course that futuristic setting looks awesome. Overall, I can't wait, and if we're lucky, it will finally have a 2017 release date. Number 3 goes to NieR Automata. I unfortunately haven't played the first NieR yet, but I'm remedying that as I'm currently playing it. But aside from that, I've been interested in this game ever since its confirmation, and what is more there to be said. The first game is considered to be a masterpiece by many. Of course I have to shout out Sir Cracklotus because he's the guy I always think of when I think of the original game. And you combine the story and characters of the first NieR with the action of Platinum Games, and you've got a beautiful title to look forward to. All you have to do is play the demo and you'll see why it's so hyped. From the combat, to set pieces, to the graphics, the main character looks extremely fly. And also, did you hear that music? Like, hot damn is it beautiful. If you already tried the demo out, you of course know the hype and why it's so high on my list. And if you haven't, play the Automata demo now if you have a PS4. Coming in at number 2 is Red Dead Redemption 2. Ever since GTA 3, I've been a huge fan of Rockstar Sandbox titles, and this one is no exception, as I loved Red Dead Redemption 1. With that being said, I can't say much about it because there has been no info on this game after the first trailer. But even so, the game looks like to have more life in it from the trailer, and if it's just like the first, I'd be okay with that. So Red Dead Redemption 2. I hope it gets released this year, and if it doesn't, it's all good. And finally, at number 1 is Persona 5. After many delays and tons of trailers, it's finally coming to America in April, thank God. Anybody who knows me knows how excited by the assload I am for this game. Heck, it goes for almost everybody who has the same interests as me, and who probably follows me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. I mean, what else is there to say about this game that hasn't been shown from the trailers? The presentation is stylish and jizz-worthy, the premise is fresh and intriguing, the gameplay looks like a mix of the first 4 games, with the gameplay being different from 3 and 4, and the SMT monsters being your enemies instead of shadows. Also, of course, some social links and school balancing is back, which me likey, but of course, it can't be a Persona game without the soundtrack composed by Shoji Meguro, and this one is another banger, being in the style of acid jazz with dope vocals by newcomer Lin Inazumi. I mean, have you heard the battle theme? Fucking amazing. From just being my current obsession and providing sus with some of the most epic trailers I've ever seen in a video game for a while now, this game of course takes my countdown as my most anticipated game of 2017, and it shouldn't be surprising. So that was my list of my 10 most anticipated games of this year. I know there were more games that are going to be released this year, but of course I only had to choose 10 because it's a top 10. You guys understand. As always, let me know down in the comments or maybe video responses and whatnot to let me know what games you're looking forward to this year. And that's pretty much it. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Take it easy, and until next video.